Where's it? Do 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 do. Don't worry, be happy, brother Crumb, brother motherfucking Crumb. Yo, hey, listen. First and foremost, for the people that check on us that aren't checking on you, y'all sleeping. Y'all sleeping. This brother's energy, like here, no. Y'all gotta understand, and we're not trying to hype him up. We're not trying to hype him up. We speak in facts to the universe. Brother Crumb is a solid cat. The way he vibrates, and we're gonna be the first person to say we don't always agree. Like actually, it's like a good 95-ish% of what he puts out there that we can nod at. We be like, oh, okay. Oh, there he go. And we see his post pop up in our timeline, and we're like, yo, there go Crumb. There go Crumb. There go Crumb stepping on their neck again. Hitting them with the fat, with the no, with the real no. Brother motherfucking Crumb. You know, and honestly, solid brother. Solid page, solid info, solid data that's backed up with facts and knowledge. So if y'all ain't fucking with Crumb, like we fucking with Crumb, we don't even know why you on social media. We honestly, y'all might as well log off. You might as well deactivate your account because Crumb on that shit, on that realness. So thank you so much for your presence, and we appreciate you being here and in the universe in general. Thank you.
Yes, brother. You're definitely welcome. And I got to throw that back at you. Because when I partake on, I enjoy following you. I like matter of fact, if I could just give the people a background on our relationship, I had did a video. This is way when because my page is only a year old, but when I first started the page, one of the very first videos I ever did was why I call you a nigga, and nobody knew me, or I'm sorry, as far as Instagram, I had a following that came over from Facebook. So shout out to all my family on Facebook who came over to Instagram or who already on Instagram. I'm the last one, but nonetheless, shout out to the family because they was rocking with me on my first day. But as far as people who didn't know me from a hole in the wall, you came through for me. I made that video, and this was back when, for me, seeing what you were doing, I was like, okay, because I was new to Instagram. I didn't know, the whole 59-second thing. I was like, yo, this is crazy. 59 seconds, But I saw the way you finessed it. I was like, okay, this is what they're doing on Instagram. I like what the brother's doing, and what you were doing is, I think it's very unique. Only you can do it. I was like, okay, you kind of helped me get my bearings to Instagram. I started getting comfortable seeing how creative that, because that type of production wasn't on Facebook ever. And even on Instagram, you are pretty unique. So I did the video called This is Why I Call You a Nigga. And you had edited that video. Because, you can see, like, now I do editing. But in terms of that, you were the first one on Instagram I saw who was doing that type of, because you were making your own beats. Wait, those beats that you play, are those your beats? Did you make those?
Why, yes, yes, they are. Every last time you hear a video that has an instrumental playing in the background, that's an original. And on top of that, just to really put it out there, and whatever, we're humble. But there's like two of them that are samples, and the rest are all originals. They're all originals. Like right off to the top of the dome, we laid down our own instrumentals, and then we were listening to your live session, and actually we failed you by not listening to the verses that you put down, because we heard what was it, D Calico? That's the brother's name, right?
Right.
We were listening to y'all's live session, and he was talking about how you rap. So now we gotta go do the research. We got a list, and there's so much information out there, and this isn't an excuse, it's a reason. There's so much information in the universe right now, and we're gonna have to go and listen to what Brother Crumb was rapping about, and maybe even, don't mean to put you on spot, get a collaboration going on. Oh, 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 because by the way, we can actually mix and master too. Like we're not official or whatever, but we got a little talent. We got a little talent in that. Hey, Brooklyn. Hey, Brooklyn in the house. Brooklyn in the house. Thanks for joining. But anyway, so the collaboration, we're gonna speak on that offline. We're gonna speak on that offline.
Right. So I had did that video, and for because I saw someone who said, V Vixen said, you still using that word crying face. Well, and when you had edited that video for me, you was like, hey, I don't particularly subscribe to this word, but that video was a very whatever type of video. I was like, okay, thank you. I appreciate, and you showed me a major love on that. So I can honestly say you were the first person on Instagram who didn't know me from nowhere, and you was like, I'm just gonna show this the brother love, and I got to keep it 5,000 family. I was really appreciative that you showed me love the way you did. I didn't even ask you, but when I saw you did it, I was very appreciative. For me, some people rock with me because they think I got a little following. For you rock with me because you saw what I was doing. You appreciated it. And one of those ethos that we need to live by a little bit more is one good deed deserves another. I was out there trying to do something positive. He's like, well, if my brother's doing something positive, I'm gonna help him out. And I appreciated that. I've never forgotten that. And that's why, I have a special relationship in terms of Instagram and you've been one of the main people I've been supported by on Instagram. So real recognized real, and you looking familiar.
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's our motivation, man. That's really honestly our motivation, and we see so many people that are underrated, regardless of however it comes down, however long they've been on the gram or Facebook or whatever. Which we're banned from Facebook right now. In case anybody didn't know, we got banned because we were telling too much truth. But the thing is that when we see that vibration, like we legitimately can look at somebody and go,
Fuck.
ooh, do. The name, right?
Right.
Like we legitimately can look at somebody and go, oh, okay. At least mentioned this in the live session yesterday or whatever that we were kicking, is that our people are wandering in the desert like Moses was right now.
Ooh, teach.
Like we searching so much for who we are as a people, and there's so many different outlets and avenues as far as who our identity is, that sometimes we struggle because of it. Sometimes we infight because of it. And you might have heard us speak to the point that we grew up with our parents listed as Negroes on our birth certificate. However, we came up as Black And then fast forward with Jesse punk ass Jackson was talking about we African American, and it's ironic that so many people wanted to harp on being African American and still not wanting to be African. So the thing is that there was that infighting, even in that identity in itself, in that alone, what they classify us as. So when we see people putting out knowledge, and again, and we respect so many different people across the platform, whether it's religious, it's ethnic, it's whatever ideology. If they're putting out something that's pro fucking African, pro black, the so-called Negro, right? And we use the word Negro the same way motherfuckers use the N word, but we're using it as a tool, and a lot of people don't get that. But the meat is that your frequency resonates, and people gotta feel that. People gotta see that. It's just it is what it is. At the end of the day, it is what it is.
Definitely. Thank you. Well, let's get into some of these posts you have been putting up on the gram. I have been following you, and one thing I kind of am weak at is just keeping up with so much stuff. But I see one thing about your page. You are plugged in with damn near everything that happens, and you pumping out information with complete thoughts behind it, like CNN. So could you tell me about a couple of posts that you have made recently, uh, or even last week, or so like that? I think that the last time we went live, we talked about just a couple of different things you post, and I just find your content so intriguing. So can you hit me with a couple things, and let's just talk about them if you don't mind.
Yeah, we can do that. Hold on. Where did we put our tablet? Is on the charger. Hold on. Because there's some specific things that we would like to cover now that you're bringing it up. And all right, whatever. We got enough juice. So, what are the things? Relationships. We touched on relationships, and the thing is, hold on, before we get to the point, one of the things we want to highlight is social media is real. We don't care what anybody says contradictory to that, because the simple fact is that the same way you exist on your side of the screen, we exist on our side of the screen. The same way when they have these people in these interviews, or these racist people like the barbecue Becky, or the dog park Dana, their actions are very real. You know what I mean? It's like everything that's associated with someone making a comment. It's like we made this meme, and actually we were about to regurgitate it. Is that one of your white coworkers just called somebody the N-word on social media. And that's real, because that's how they feel. That's how they think and perceive us to be. It's not like they're making it up or whatnot. Oh, and speaking of relationships, the post that you just liked a little while ago about how these what is it here? When a man has 8 felonies, 7 kids with 6 baby mamas, 5 warrants, makes $4.32 an hour, no house, no car, and steals 20 out of your purse,
And still 20 out your purse.
And then the chicks cock their legs up for them dudes. And then honestly, because we made a post like a week ago or whatever, is that females choose these weak black men and then blame all black men for their actions.
Well, if I could add value to that, I don't know what the age group of the people who are watching, but I'm from the old school where I grew up on Fresh Prince, Jazzy Jeff, Salt and Pepper, and Spinderella, and Naughty by Nature. These types of groups in terms of hip hop. Now, there was a famous story that came out years later that Will Smith had a crush on, I think it was Salt. If Salt was the big one, there was Salt, of Salt and Pepper. But Salt said, when she found out about it, that she already knew, but she didn't like Will Smith because of his demeanor. He wasn't a tough guy. And she actually went with Tretch from Naughty by Nature, who had, in terms of acting, did porno. And when we're dealing with these women, if I could use another example, not to bash my sisters, because that's what this is not what this is about, but just to address some of these things that occur and to analyze them based off, not only that post, but just overall. But the post was dope because even if you think about Chris Brown, I remember, I think Rihanna hit Chris Brown or something like that, and Chris Brown beat the dog shit out of her. I don't know if you remember, they had pictures of Rihanna looking beat the hell up,
Right.
And then we talked. Okay, actually, V Vixen said it was Pepper. Will Smith had a crush on Pepper, and she didn't like him, and she went with Tretch from Naughty by Nature. Thanks, sis. So now when we have Chris Brown beat the dog shit out of Rihanna, and then everybody painted Chris Brown as a demon and said, "Oh, Chris Brown ain't shit. He be beating on women. Fuck Chris Brown. Fuck, just talking shit." But then fast forward to 2018 when little Bow Wow girl beat him up, but he didn't hit her back. Oh, little Bow Wow a bitch. Fuck little Bow Wow. He a pussy. A girl can beat little Bow Wow up. And it's like, hold on, family. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. You like guys like Tretch. You don't like the good guys like Will Smith. Tell me that post again one more time, brother. Read the post again.
We're gonna read it. We're gonna read it and then add value to what you were speaking to.
Okay.
Is hold on. We moved when he has 8 felonies, 7 kids with 6 baby mamas, 5 warrants, makes $4.32 an hour, no house, no car, and steals $20 out your purse.
And still $20
legs wide open. Legs wide open. And on that, and this is an unpopular opinion. Because the thing is that humans, like we're humans, right? And in being humans, what people don't understand is that in being people, we make up all these rules, right? We make up all these rules, and then we have these nuances as far as what's acceptable and what's not acceptable in the same lane of what you're speaking to. Is that if somebody balls up their fist, they are an enemy combatant. We don't even care. Man, woman, or child. Our own mother. Now, mind you, we got 4 fucking sisters. We the youngest of 6, but we got 4 sisters. And our mother told us, and it was because we came home beat up one day. Honestly, we was beat up. Our lip was busted and the shirt was torn. And we walked in the door and mom was like, "Who fucked you up?" And we were sitting there and was like, "Well, this girl down the way." And the first thing out of her mouth was, "Did you fight back?" And we were like, "No, ma'am, you're not supposed to hit a girl." And she said, again, mother of 4 women, was like, "Who taught you that stupid shit?" Like, and our mom was very adamant in that moment and stand up to this or whatever. And she was like, "Look, you gonna go out there and you gonna whoop her or you gonna whoop me." Ooh. So after we beat that chick up, right?
Right.
After we beat that chick up, right? Because like that's the platform, and that's the thing that a lot of people aren't able to conceive. And and we understand that women are quote unquote the weaker side of the species and need to be protected. However, if we roll back the clock, when a woman is sitting there and a lion, tiger, bear, or whatever is running up on her and her seed, what's she gonna do? Is she gonna sit there and go, "Oh, I can't do anything because my man's not here"? No, fuck no. That woman is gonna strike. She's gonna defend and protect her immortality. Because when you reproduce, that is a stake at your immortality being here. And that's why white people struggle right now, because their numbers are dwindling and they know it. So in that is that the focus shouldn't be men don't hit women. It should be women keep your motherfucking hands to yourself. That should be the focus. Like you mentioned with Bow Wow getting beat up, and we gonna rewind the tape when he was raped by his security guard or whatever. Um, they want to call him punk. They want to call him punk all the way around. But if he would have stood up and hauled off on her, and she would have been as scarred up as he was, they would have been calling him punk again. So it's
Oh,
like
you
it's
would
a
hit
slippery
women.
slope. Yeah, it's a slippery slope. However, comma, we rather not be beat up. That's our personal take on it as a human. We don't want nobody putting hands on us. And the thing is being a pacifist, we do not proactively strike other people. And wait, we don't think any of our bar family, because once upon a time we used to be a bouncer, like security at a club or whatever. And our job was to choke people out. Like straight up. And then if we rewind the tape, we're a United States Marine, not proud nor ashamed of it. So we're technically a trained killer, physically, like on all levels, right? The deal is though, is that just like an attack dog, we were trained to have this specific chain of events to allow us to unleash on other people. And that's the thing with police brutality that confuses us because cops get in fear of their life and shoot, especially when it's one of our people. However, in the Marines, they taught us the specificity of you only fire when you get the order. And the order has to come up from someone that's intellectually aware of the scenario. Like the whole thing with Cuba, like the cats that are online at Gitmo, they got cats drawn down on them, and they know they're locked and loaded, and those Marines do not fire first. They never fire first. So
Mm.
so yeah, when it comes to acting right, and that was one of the posts that we made recently too, is that how our kids behave in public is based on our parents giving us the speech. Like when you go in the store, you don't want nothing, you don't need nothing, you don't touch nothing, you ain't gonna fit to embarrass me out here in public. Our
Right.
kids, our kids, at least from where we're from, we know we got a couple years on you on the planet at least. However, um, our kids are taught this this ideology of how you're supposed to conduct yourself, and we carry on with that amongst ourselves normally, and it's very unfortunate that we're so quick to fight amongst each other, ready to bomb off, whether it's shooting or just throwing punches or whatever amongst each other, but afraid to fucking fire off on white people and the police.
Well, if I could go back to that post that you made about the young lady who had a type, she couldn't be with a good guy and she was attracted to bad boys, so on and so forth. Um, um, I think there is a unwritten rule where we can't address these things in terms of um, relationships, I guess, concerning women. One thing I was going to say is that when we're dealing with women, a lot of times these things are fueled by the feminist agenda. And I would even uh, dare I say right now that the way we see scrutiny on, this scrutiny on old things. We see, well, we said, to ourselves, yeah, the thing with R. Kelly was old, but now that it's been scrutinized, we're going to try to uh, act like it's this new thing. And we saw that replication with Michael Jackson. And you say, Crumb, well, what does that have to do with the feminists? Well, we see where there have been women in key roles and key places that have led these attacks. If I could remind the family, the R. Kelly thing was led by what's that women's TV network called? Lifetime.
Own.
Lifetime.
Lifetime. Oh,
Yeah.